there was a ton of drop back, play action stuff, moving within the pocket, and you saw quick decisions. There was no limitation on motions, formation changes. There wasn't. There was multiple different ways to go in and out of different formations, different personnel groupings, and Bo handled all that stuff exceptionally well. Then the quick decisions, being able to get your pre-snap look, confirm it, and make the appropriate throw or adjustment. So there were a bunch of those things that happened within the course of that game that I just thought, that's exceptional. And it may have been a 4-yard throw. The other thing is we talk about accuracy, but communicating the leverage of the defense with the placement of the football.
Right.
So there was a little play where they ran a concept called, in the West Coast, it's called bow. So the tight end runs basically a stop or a little stick, like a real close, little 5-yard, 4-yard route. And the number 2 receiver runs a basic, which is like a 12-yard in-cutting route. So you're creating a high-low off of an inside defender. And the inside defender, which is called the hook dropper, that guy's the linebacker, flies out to take the basic. Bo throws it. This is to Lucas Kroll, inside shoulder, because the linebacker is flying to take away the throw. Throws it inside shoulder away from the corner that's rolled up, and inside shoulder of the tight end, who catches it and is basically saying, turn inside, and you get it. And he ended up getting like an extra 7 yards. If he throws it to his outside shoulder, he's sandwiched between that linebacker who's on the hunt and that corner who's come off his coverage. So he throws it inside right on the 8 of Lucas Kroll. He spins back inside and picks up another 7 yards. That throw came out of his hand in about 1 second. He read it, he saw it instantly, threw it, and still had the wherewithal as a quarterback to communicate where the leverage is coming from the defensive side. Like, that is high-level quarterbacking. But, we get a bunch of geniuses. We get a bunch of geniuses that'll say, well, it was, like the James Marilads of the world, well, he only averaged 6 yards per attempt.
Okay. He did come in here, and he did say that yesterday.
Right.
And to be fair to James, I've heard that from many other people.
No, but that's where analytics screw you up, because that right there that's a high-level quarterbacking play, because there's so many different little nuances that went through on that particular play. And it became it was a 4-yard throw that became an 11-yard gain. That became an 11-yard gain because your quarterback understands what he's doing. Like, that's big time. The other one that he got pre-snap, he's got a 3-by-1 formation, 3 to the right, tight end, slot, wide receiver. He's got a condensed split, like a tight split, a nasty split, or however you want a close split by the wide receiver. It was Vele.
Yep.
And
this is the little pass to McLaughlin.
Right. And so McLaughlin's coming out. He's minused in the formation, so he's going to come out and run what they call a rail route, and they're running a pick. And Vele does a really smart thing. He sets the pick. Now, within a yard, you can block a guy, but he gets out of the way at the last second because the linebacker tried to cut under. And as soon as he cut under, Bo recognized it instantly through the little rail route to McLaughlin, who took it for about 20-some-odd yards. It's a big play. It's literally another 6-yard throw or 8-yard throw, whatever it is. But he read man coverage, and he read the linebacker trying to get underneath the pick, and knew instantly, I got this rail route for a big gain, and throws it. Those are little nuanced things that you read the coverage before it happened, you confirmed it on your drop, you're like, I'm right, and you made the right throw, and you did that consistently through the game. Those are some. I know that you get guys. Oh, it was all second-team players. Well, you were playing with all second-team players, and you still made these. You still made these plays, and I thought it was a pretty telling performance by a quarterback that's got not only a high ceiling, but he's already advanced in his rookie year, and you saw that accuracy come into play that we talked about pre-draft and during the draft, and you saw not only the accuracy come to play, but you saw the quick decision making, being able to say, hey man, this is what they're in, and confirming it as soon as you get the snap and making that throw in a second and a half. I mean, it was big time play. You make it simple for this player. So you say, hey man, if I get this, like it's a either or kind of equation. This, do this. If I get this, if I get 2 high safeties, I'm going, it's the typical, I get 2 high safeties, I'm exploiting the middle of the field. If I get a 1 high safety, I'm playing to the outside. Like, that's as simple as I can make NFL football. And I always say the thing that fascinates me about the game is the juxtaposition between simplicity and complexity. It's a very complex game that's a very simple game. We try to give you a lot of eye candy, try to give you a lot of things to look at, try to give you and cloud your vision. But if your vision is clear and you understand, if I get this, I'm doing this. If I get this, I'm doing this. Like, when you can make it that simple for yourself, you have a chance to play fast. And when you play fast, you know what ends up happening to you? You play calm and you play mistake-free. Why? Because you're already ahead of the game. You're anticipating the game. When you can play fast, it eliminates the thinking. And the thinking slows you down. And I think that's true in most things. And so Bo, in his first preseason game, played fast. He played with a tempo and a speed of recognition that, for me, just watching the coach's film, right, I'm like, oh, shoot, that was really good. Oh, gosh, that's really good. And even on his errant throws, because there were a couple errant throws, they were catchable balls, and he had a couple of throws that didn't work out where he got instant pressure. He got hit. But you know what he didn't do? He didn't take a sack. And on those throws, he put the ball in a place where the receiver could get challenged for it. So he had one to Dulcich, where everybody was like, oh, it was a really bad throw. Well, he got hit right in the teeth, and he delivered it in a place where he didn't get intercepted, and your tight end had a chance. Now, hindsight being 2020, maybe you don't throw that ball. But he did, and it worked out okay.
You got lucky.
The other one was Vele. He underthrew a ball to Vele where he got pretty quick pressure. I think he could have thrown a better ball. That was a bad throw down the sideline. But Vele,
that's the PI.
To his credit, stopped and got the PI. So, like, I think that one, because I think you asked me this yesterday, and I hadn't seen the coach's film. So you said, was that a purpose underthrown ball purposely? I don't think it was. I think he just underthrew the ball because he was anticipating getting drilled, and I think it came out that way. And I think he had a little bit more time than he anticipated to actually lay that out. Because if he lays that out, that's touchdown to Vele. Now, it's a big play in a PI, but if he lays it out, and I think he could have. So that would be the one. That would be the one throw that I would look at and go, that should have been thrown better.